Welcome back to your friendly neighborhood AI wife. If this is your first time, welcome. If you're a return customer, welcome back. We're going to get straight into the land of Instagram. My husband has set us up with a plethora of videos to watch. I have no clue what they're going to be. I promise not to get too loud, but I cannot help it. Sometimes I scream. I swear. I try not to, but I can't help it. I scare easily. It's the thing that I do. So let's get straight into it. Enough with the chatting. Do I ever stop chatting? I don't.
Guy right here, you know there's just a business for everything.
Ooh, you know I love this
Day
guy.
78 of Genius Business Ideas, so follow for more. This guy has a business that releases doves at funerals for over $300.
Oh,
you show up, you let go of the doves,
$300?
they hang out for a few minutes, and they fly back home.
$300 to release some doves? When doves cry, $300? $300. I've even seen clips where, you know, when they go to release the doves and they just sit there or they fall out of the hands. You're telling me that somebody pays $300 for this? Let's go. Let's go.
Guess how many miles away they can fly? Up to 1,000. He has an app where he can track them, and they are trained to fly up to 1,000 miles back home. You can literally monetize anything. Get the full business plan here. Look at this freaking guy right here.
I'm like, what can I set free? What do I have out here that I can start training? I know that you can train pigeons. I've heard of that. Racing pigeons, all sorts of different pigeons. What can I train? You guys know that if it's a business opportunity, I'm going to try. You're going to find me out in my neighborhood chasing down the local birds because I already like to sit out there anyways and listen to them. I'm a nut. In the summer, all day, you can find me out there sitting with the birds. I even got one of those apps so I can listen to what's what. The other day, I heard a crow. I saw him. I'm like, I know a crow's voice. Eagles, because I watch these eagles on the other social media, Shadow and Jackie, all the time. If you know them, you know them. I know their sound. So I am going to start looking for birds that look like they could be easily coachable because I'm trying to get in this business. That's $300. And can I say something? I feel, when did funerals become so expensive? They're so expensive. My father passed away about a year and a half ago, and a month later, my mom passed away as well. And I just could not believe the amounts that they were trying to charge for certain things. And my dad was so frugal. He was like, do not spend all that money, okay? Do not spend all that money. And I just couldn't imagine, I understand wanting to send your loved ones off and to each their own. I absolutely understand it. But I think that it's almost become criminal how much people charge in services at a funeral, to the point where I told my sister, we need to open a mortuary, okay? Because there is big business in that. I told you if it's a business opportunity, I'm going to. Not that I think that I would even be good at that. I could definitely talk to the family and, and show empathy with them. But come on, as far as a business side, they are just charging for everything. She told me even to lower the casket, it's a certain amount. To close the casket, it's every single step you do. And then to know that $300, that just blows my mind. And I honestly didn't think I was going to rant like this off of this. This one kind of, man, $300?
No, there's just a bit.
This is what we call poor man's process in the film business. You got actors in the bus with a camera. You got trees on a zip line making shadows on the actors' faces. You got guys in the back bouncing it up and down. So it looks like it's moving at a speedy clip, but it's really getting nowhere fast.
This is a great prop trick by a special effects guy out of Chicago. He uses black paper tape to make the cans look like they're open. This is perfect for drinks being dressed in the background, or if you have background extras that need to have cans in their hand.
Cool.
Cans are less fragile when they're closed, so you make less of a mess. I think it looks pretty good.
I like this.
And it won't dampen the mood.
This is a simple yet ingenious camera trick when you can't afford to rent a working train. It's best to choose a train that's parked and out of commission.
I like how he did that.
Keep your budget on track.
Hey Watson, one of these bricks is real and the other one's a fake stunt prop. See if you can figure out which one
on the left.
You got it right. It's made out of foam rubber.
No, Dad. I definitely did not get it right.
This is what we call poor man's process.
In medieval Germany, married couples could legally settle disputes through a marital duel. To level the playing field, the husband fought from a hole with one arm tied behind his back, while the wife, free to move, wielded a sack filled with rocks. This form of trial by combat was meant to give both spouses a fair chance to assert their grievances. In medieval Germany, married couples could legally settle disputes through a marital duel. To level the playing field, the husband fought from...
Okay, so I know that we almost watched that twice, but could you imagine? I do not want to imagine. I love the fact they're like, we're gonna even the playing field by we're gonna dig up a hole and we're gonna put him down there. So he's just about waist deep to where if she wants to, she could just attack him. She could attack him. Talk about going for women's rights back then, right? They're like, we're gonna dig that hole. He's gonna go down in there. I wonder if it actually helped the dispute. Did they fight to the death? What do they do? I'm gonna read this right here. In medieval Germany could take an extreme turn into literal combat under a legal practice known as marital duel. Husbands and wives were allowed to physically fight each other to resolve their disagreements to ensure an even match. The husband was placed in a waist-deep hole with one arm tied behind his back, limiting his movement. Meanwhile, the wife, unrestrained, wielded a sack filled with rocks as her weapon of choice. She said, I am mad at you, so I'm going to use rocks, and I'm going to pummel you with them, right? This bizarre yet legally sanctioned form of trial by combat was meant to create an equal playing field, reflecting the belief that justice should be physically proven. Justice should be physically proven. I think that a good old-fashioned arm wrestle would suffice. I don't think we have to beat each other. I don't think we have to beat each other up to a bloody pulp to figure out who won the disagreement. And what level of disagreement are we talking about here? Are we talking about you forgot to put the lid on the top on the milk again? Or you keep leaving the dirty clothes outside the hamper? Which one was it? And it was medieval times too. So what would it have been? You forgot to tie up the horses. I'm tired of tying up the horses. You forgot to sweep the den. What was it? What could have been the reason? I saw you looking at that milk girl again. I saw it. That's it. To the hole. I'm grabbing my rocks. I'm coming for you. I am coming for you. While it sounds absurd today, it highlights how medieval societies approach conflict resolution with sometimes extreme and questionable methods. Fortunately, as legal systems evolved, these duels became obsolete, leaving behind one of history's strangest takes on marital disputes. I can envision that some people would want to bring these back. How cruel it might seem, how dated a practice. I could see people trying to do this. If I could just get 2 seconds with him in a hole, I would do it. Me, not so much. But hey, some people like to play like that.
From a hole.
YouTuber Vitali will not be deported. Reportedly faces legal charges in the Philippines. Is there any more to this?
Yung limang acts na chinarge siya ay ipafile sa Taguig, di ba? Sa Taguig? Substation. Ipafile na. At habang doon siya ay under custody siya ng Bureau of Immigration as an undesirable alien. Ngayon, mag-uusap pa ang Bureau of Immigration at CIDG ukol sa proseso nito. Pero sa akin paningin, at ito'y akin lamang, hindi ito'y batas sinasabi ko, ay doon muna siya mananatili sa Bureau of Immigration Detention Facility sa Muntinlupa habang siya ay nag-iintay ng paglitis sa kanya rito. Hindi po namin siya i-deport. Mananagot siya sa batas dito sa Pilipinas.
I know that's right.
Tapos na po ang mga dayuhan, nakala na lang, kaya na lang napastangin ang mga Pilipino. Ito'y ehemplo na seryoso tayo na sa sariling bayan natin, hindi tayo magpapabasa sa kanila.
Oh my gosh, I want to read this to you real quick. So according to reports on April 2nd, 2025, Vitali was arrested in Bonifacio Global City, Metro Manila. I'm sorry that I said that wrong. I know I said that wrong. Following incidents during a live stream. I talked about this last week on this channel. So if you haven't seen it, go back and take a look at that. Authorities allege he caused disturbances involving civilians and security personnel. He did a lot more than that. He is currently in custody at an immigration facility in Taguig City. Officials have confirmed that Vitali will face legal proceedings in the Philippines before any potential deportation is considered. They are not deporting him. No, honey, you are going to have to deal with your actions and your consequences right here. And then did you see the gentleman pretty much like, you come over here, you mess around, you're going to have to find out here. That's what he just said. He said, we're just not going to deport people. They can't come over here and then just get deported back to where they come from so that they can have to deal with it. No, you mess around in the Philippines, you're going to find out in the the Philippines. Good on him. That guy and what he did, going around and just being totally disrespectful to the people in the Philippines, was cruel, it was disturbing, it was in poor taste, all so that he can get his views up. Well, guess what? Now he's still there and he's in a detention facility. And they are going to see what's going to happen because of this. I'm like, good on them. Good on them. They should absolutely keep him there. Don't deport him. Make him deal with it. He thought he was going to come over there and just walk through and treat anybody the way he wanted to, and then he was going to be able to walk on out of there. That's not how it works, sir. So that's what you get. That's what you get. You want to act like that? There will be consequences. So I feel good about this. I can't wait to see what happens when they go to trial as far as this goes. But right now he's in a detention facility, and I wonder if he's barking at anybody or trying to push up on them like he was to other people. I just wonder if that's happening, or if he's been, humbled a little bit. I don't see the smirk on his face like I did when he got booked the first time. So this is the best part of my day. My honey did good with these videos. He always does. Sometimes he spices it up, gives me, some racy things, but today was pretty even keel. I like it. We got to learn some stuff about medieval time. I had no clue that back in the day in Germany, women were allowed to with a bag of rocks to their man in a hole. Had no clue about that. And now I get to hear about the outcome of this gentleman not being deported back to Russia. He's absolutely going to be in the Philippines, and he's going to have to go to trial for his crimes. All right. I will see you next time.